Welcome back to my channel, Movement with Liz. My name is Liz. This is Aria. You may hear her snoring. Today we're going to do a 1 kettlebell workout. So all you need is 1 kettlebell. You could even use a dumbbell. And if you have no equipment, you can do this body weight as well. So 3 movements, 1 piece of equipment. We're going to get warmed up. We're going to practice the movements that we're going to be doing. First movement is a single leg deadlift. So no weight, bring the feet about hip distance apart. You can even bring the hands to your hips. And we're going to take the right leg back. So you're going to shift the weight a little bit more into your left leg. Just slightly soften the knee, not bending it, just softening it a little bit. Start to take the right leg back, keeping the leg long. So we're tipping from the hip. We're coming parallel to the floor. And we're going to drive down through that left foot and come back up to standing. Let's do that 4 more times. You're going to breathe in as you take the right leg back long. Breathe out as you press down through the left foot. Breathing in. Keep that right leg nice and active. Breathing out, coming back up to standing. So a little bit of balance is required. A little bit of focus. Think nice and smooth with the movement. Let's do that 1 more time. And we'll swap sides. So bringing the weight mainly into the right foot, softening through that knee. Keep the chest nice and tall, shoulders down. Take the left leg back, extending out through that leg. Drive down through the right foot, coming back to standing. Let's do that 4 more times on this side. You may find one side feels a little bit easier than the other. So just working with that as much as you can. Just doing your best. 1 more time with the right foot. Let's come on down to the ground. So we're going to go into back extensions. And this is a movement that you would do if you had no equipment with you. So laying down onto your belly, bringing the hands down by your side. Roll the shoulders back. Gonna lift the chest off the ground by squeezing the shoulder blades back. You can lift the legs up, squeeze your butt, and then lower back down. So let's do that 4 more times. Breathing in as you lift up, breathing out as you lower down. Think long with the body. You're reaching through the toes, reaching through the fingertips. 1 more. And then coming into our last movement. This movement does not need equipment at all. We're going to do hand release push-ups. So I'm going to start just from the knees while we're warming up, and you can always stay there if you need to. Hands are going to come wider than the shoulders. Now what we do with a hand release push-up is we first release the hands from the ground. So as you release, you squeeze the shoulder blades back. You're going to bring the hands down to the mat and then press yourself off the floor. So that's it. That's the movement. We lower back down. We release the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades, press through the palms, press yourself up. Let's do that 3 more times. Release and squeeze, press through the floor to press. Come down, release and squeeze, press it up. 1 more time. So trying to move the body as one. We're not going up in like a worm-like motion. Everything stays nice and active. Let's come back up. We're going to do that 1 more time. So weight goes mainly into your left foot, softening through that knee. Take the right leg back long. Drive through the floor to stand. As we tip, we want to feel a nice lengthening there through the hamstring. And squeezing as you come back to standing. 2 more times on this side. Kind of like a warrior 3. If you're a yogi, let's swap sides. Right foot plants down into the ground. Keep the chest tall, shoulders down. So as you can see, everything stays nice and long. And we're extending from the hip. Or we're tipping from the hip, sorry, not extending. We're extending the back leg long. But we're hinging from the hip. think that was 5 there. Shaking out the legs, coming on down to your stomach, back extensions, arms come long, breathing in to lift and reach, breathing out to lower. Getting a nice squeeze through the backside of the body. One more time. Into the hand release push-ups. So either from the knees or the toes. I'm going to go from the toes for this last round. Release the hands and squeeze. Press through the floor. Drive yourself off. Lower down. Release. Press. Lower. Release. Press. Lower. We've got 2 more. Breathe out as you press up. 1 more. All right. Whew. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer and ready to go. So I've got my kettlebell here. So I'll just demonstrate the movements again with the weight. So we're going to do left foot into the ground first. So we're going to hold the kettlebell in the right hand and we tip from the hip. Everything stays nice and long and then we drive down through the floor to come back up to standing. You'll notice here that as I tip, I'm not reaching with my arm. Shoulder stays locked down in place and the arm just naturally kind of moves as we go through the movement. Second movement is a row, single arm row. So from this feet underneath the hips position, you're going to step the right leg back and it's almost like warrior 2 position here. If you are a yogi, you want to line up ankle to ankle or ankle to midline of the foot, bending through that the left knee. Forearm comes down to the thigh. You're going to grab that kettlebell and we're pulling the kettlebell up. As we do this, we're wrapping the shoulder blade back. So a little bit of bicep, a lot of shoulder blade, rhomboids, mid and lower traps. And then we'll come down to the ground and we've got the hand release push-ups. 3 rounds, 8 reps of each. Let's begin. So kettlebell in right hand, standing up nice and tall, shift the weight mainly into that left foot, tipping from the hip, take the right leg back long, drive down through that foot to stand. That's 1, 2. Breathe in as you tip, breathe out as you stand. So it takes a little bit of focus. We've got 3 more. One more time. And we're going to go straight into the row for the right arm. So find that position. Take the right leg back long, bending through that front knee. We're not collapsing onto this leg. We're pressing into it to stay nice and tall. Grab the kettlebell. We've got 8 rows. Elbow goes nice and high as you wrap the shoulder blade back. Got 3 more. And 1. Beautiful. All right, we're going to go into the other side. So kettlebell is going to come into your left hand. Right leg's going to press down into the ground, tipping from the hip. Whoop. And then coming up to standing. So really good practice for balance, for focus. Think smooth with the movement. Don't have to rush it. Two more times. All right, find that position. Long step back. Front toes facing forward. Come on down to that thigh. And let's row. So really focus. That arm stays close to the rib cage as you take the elbow high. 2 more. Ooh. All right, shake everything out. Let's come on down to the ground. Sit my kettlebell over there. Aria can watch it for me. Hand release push-up. So we're starting from the ground. Let's do one release, one press. Lower down. Release the hands, press. Spine stays nice and long. Drive yourself away from the floor. If you feel like you're moving like a worm, come to the knees or really focus on locking in the core. One more. Awesome work. Okay, that is round one, done and dusted. Round two, let's get straight into it. Grab that kettlebell in the right hand. Plant the left foot into the ground. Tipping, tipping from the hip, nice and smooth. So it helps to just focus on the breath as you move. Halfway. And my favourite movement's the single leg deadlift. One more. All right. Other side. You notice the heart rate might come up a little bit. Just welcome that in. It's the beauty of our resistance training. Halfway. Oh, I went straight into the other side. I do apologise about that. We're meant to go into the rows. That's okay. Where you just adapt and go with it. All right, now we're going to go into the rows on either side. I was loving the single leg deadlift movement so much. Okay, find the movement right side or left, just pick a side any side, and let's go. Wrap that shoulder blade back. One more. Beautiful. All right, swap sides. Breathe out as you pull the kettlebell up. Like trying to pull it towards the rib cage. And one. Whew, all right, getting a little bit sweaty. Let's go down into the hand release push-ups. Lay down, hands a little bit wider than shoulders. Release and squeeze, press yourself up. Lower down, release and squeeze, press yourself up. So focus on that drive down through both palms as you press. Shoulders stay away from the ears, you're not hunching up. We want that work to go through the chest, through the triceps. All right, round two done. Round three, this time we'll get it right. We'll do single leg deadlift row, single leg deadlift row. It doesn't really matter how you do it. There's no right or wrong way about it. All right, standing up nice and tall. Last set's the best set. That's what they say. Tipping from that hip, driving through the floor. So we need to move with control. I want you to feel that muscle, the back of the leg, the hamstrings, the glutes. Two more. Into the rows. Step that right leg back. Set yourself up, pressing into that thigh. 1, 2, 3 more. Whew. All right, other side. Love this type of training. All right, right leg's going to press down into the ground. Let's begin. Ooh. Nice and smooth. The breath is smooth. Your movement will be smooth. Focus on what you're doing. One more. Whew. All right, last set of rows. Maybe it's the last set. Maybe you're thinking, no, I need more today. I'm going to repeat this workout into another 3 rounds, maybe 1 or 2 rounds. All right, let's row. Make sure you're extending the arm all the way down when you release it. Awesome job. Okay, I'm going to sit that out of the way. One more round of our hand release push-ups. Lower it down. Oh, there's some sweat coming now. Okay, let's begin. Release, press, lower. Release, press, lower. So it's a full body movement. Squeeze your butt as you drive down through the ground as well. It'll help keep everything nice and active and long. One more for good measure. Whew. And there you have it. I'm sweating. 3 movements, 1 kettlebell, 8 reps of each. Super simple. Well, sometimes the moves aren't that simple. Learn the movements, begin with body weight if that's what you need to do, if that's where you're at, and then start to progress into some light weights and then gradually get heavier. So thank you very much for joining me. Please hit the subscribe button so more people can see this channel, which means more people will get free movement on the internet. Thank you very much. Thank Aria for being our coach, and I'll see you in the next video. He's cute.